Welcome to our Mock Interview Pro Series. Today, we're diving into the role of an area manager. If you're preparing for an interview, you've come to the right place. Let's jump right in with our first question. Can you share a story about a time when you led a team to achieve a challenging goal? What strategies did you use? This question helps interviewers understand your leadership style and how you motivate a team to overcome obstacles. Here are some tips to effectively answer this question. Choose a specific, challenging goal you faced. Describe the context and how your team was involved. Detail the leadership strategies you used. Explain the outcome and its impact on your team or organization. Reflect on what you learned from the experience. Now, let's look at an example answer.
In a previous role as a project manager, I led a diverse team to complete a complex product launch with a tight deadline. I established clear roles, set incremental milestones, and maintained open communication. Ultimately, we launched successfully on time, which resulted in a 20% increase in sales.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for Area Manager. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Can you describe a time when you had to resolve a conflict between team members? What was the result? This question is designed to assess your conflict resolution skills and your ability to foster a collaborative work environment. Here are some strategies for tackling this question. Clearly identify the conflict and the parties involved. Explain your role in facilitating the discussion. Focus on active listening and understanding each person's perspective. Describe the steps taken to resolve the issue and any compromises made. Conclude with the positive outcome and lessons learned. Let's consider an example response.
In my previous role, two team members disagreed over project responsibilities. I arranged a meeting where they could express their concerns. By actively listening, I helped them understand each other's viewpoints. We agreed to share tasks, which improved collaboration and led to successful project completion.
Can you give an example of a problem you encountered at work and how you resolved it? Interviewers ask this to gauge your problem-solving abilities and how you handle challenges. Here are some pointers to help you frame your answer. Select a specific problem relevant to the area manager role. Explain the context and the problem's impact on the team or business. Detail the steps you took to analyze and address the issue. Highlight any collaboration with team members or stakeholders. Conclude with the outcome and what you learned. Here's an example of how you might respond.
In a previous role, we experienced a significant drop in customer satisfaction scores. I gathered feedback from my team and analyzed customer reviews to identify the main concerns. We held a brainstorming session to come up with actionable improvements. After implementing these changes, we saw a 20% increase in satisfaction scores within 3 months.
How would you go about allocating resources effectively if faced with limited resources but multiple projects? This question tests your ability to prioritize and make strategic decisions under constraints. Some strategies to consider when answering include: assess the impact and urgency of each project. Prioritize projects that align with company goals. Identify key resources needed for each project. Consider a phased approach to resource allocation. Communicate with team members to understand challenges. Let's look at an example response.
I would first evaluate which projects are crucial for our strategic objectives and need immediate attention. Then, I would allocate the necessary resources to the top priority projects while planning for phased support for others.
Imagine a sudden crisis affects one of your locations. How would you handle it? This question is meant to evaluate your crisis management skills and your ability to act swiftly under pressure. Here's how you might approach this scenario. Quickly assess the situation and identify immediate risks. Communicate with your team and stakeholders to gather information. Develop a clear action plan to address the crisis. Implement the plan and delegate tasks to ensure accountability. monitor the situation, and adjust the plan as needed. Here's how you could answer this.
I would first assess the specific nature of the crisis to understand the immediate risks. Then, I'd communicate with my team to gather their insights and concerns. Afterward, I'd create an action plan focused on resolving the issue, delegate tasks to ensure clear responsibilities, and closely monitor the situation to adapt our approach as needed.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free, just grab it below.